Here are the 3 best tech stacks if you're building an AI company in 2026. A lot of beginners are overthinking this massively. They don't know what tech stack to use. They over-engineer it. So this will give you a lot of answers and 3 different options. First tech stack, Next.js, Fast API, Supabase. This is what I currently use and at Vectel because you can build so many web apps for this, right? So most AI-powered web apps will do just fine with this tech stack. It's well documented. There is lots of tutorials on these frameworks, and it's easy to find developers who know this tech stack because JavaScript frontend, Python backend, like the most mainstream languages imaginable. Also, the benefit of Python backend is that there is so many AI and machine learning libraries built on Python. There's a reason why every single crack developer, whether it's Karpathy or Ilya Sutskever, when they use Google Colab or Jupyter Notebooks, they always use Python because it's Jupyter, right? Julia, Python, and R. Python is the main thing is the amount of libraries in there. So you can connect any model or library without extra translation layers, and it's one of the simplest languages out there. The limitation is that if you need live collaboration, like a game or chatting, or lots of users across the entire globe, you'll need to add more tools later. So if your app is around this, you might consider a different tech stack. But if you're building a simple web app that doesn't need that, this is a great tech stack that I would highly recommend as your first option. The second tech stack is SvelteKit Cloudflare. This is for global edge. So basically, your app will run everywhere automatically, whether people are in Tokyo or Warsaw or New York, LA. The servers will be distributed, so you'll get both fast responses without having to manually set up a server in each region, which cannot be set for the first tech stack. You have a lot of live features built in. Chat, multiplayer, real-time dashboards. They work out of the box without adding extra services. The downside, however, of this tech stack is that you're tied to the Cloudflare ecosystem, which maybe you don't mind if you're familiar with Cloudflare, but if you need to do a large migration in the future, it could be an issue. Also, custom AI models need to live somewhere, but this is a pretty easy solution. You can just call them without API and use like OpenRouter or Venice APIs or something like that. The third tech stack you should consider is a bit more esoteric. It's Phoenix LiveView with Postgres, and this is the Elixir monolith. So this is built for massive scale, right? So if you have an app where you will have a shit ton of free users and they need to be chatting or streaming AI responses or collaborating simultaneously without breaking, then this is a very interesting tech stack. You have one code base, one app. There is no separate front end or back end. Everything lives together, which also means you have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you might be having some security issues. But the issue is that Elixir is a new language. So there is fewer developers that know it. There is less training data in the AI models. And if you need any AI or ML libraries or code, it'll still most likely need to be Python. So it's not as simple as it might seem on the first glance. And also, you do need to be a better developer to not mess up the front and back end and authentication. So this is a more risky. This is like, out of these 3, I would probably not recommend this as the first option. The other 2 are much better. Personally, first one I'm very familiar with. Second one I'm like slightly familiar with. Third one I've never used. I mean, obviously I use Postgres, but not Phoenix Live. So these are 3 tech stacks. Choose the one that makes sense for your app, but my advice would be don't overthink it. Use known languages, use well-known frameworks, use the stuff that is plentiful in the training data of AI models, and don't use some like esoteric service for hosting. Just use Cloudflare, Vercel, Render, Railway. Also, don't go to the hyperscalers right away. GCP, AWS, Azure. There is no need for that. Keep your tech stack simple and effective. Focus on getting to like 10K MRR, 100K MRR. Don't worry about tens of millions of users at first. So that's my recommendation. Choose one of these tech stacks. Get started. Now, if you already are building a AI startup or AI software company and you want to scale faster, I have an accelerator where I select the best founders and work with them one-on-one to help them scale faster. So the link to that will be below the video. Make sure to apply. If you qualify, you're going to get a link to book a call with me and we can talk about it. See you later.